My name is Hendro Wartatmo. People call me Hendro, not Wartatmo. I've been in Umeå. Yeah, in 2000, year of 2000, I visited my wife who studied in Umeå. My wife is a pediatrician. Yeah. Yeah. I study for pediatrics. Yeah. For MBH. Yeah. I was the chief of emergency department for 13 years before Dr. Handoyo. Not because I have an excellent skill or knowledge, but because in that time nobody wants to be the chief of emergency department. Yeah. How come, gimana? Oh yeah, because it's not. Yeah, because people think that emergency people or emergency situation is not a nice situation. Of course. But my experience in dealing with the disaster is a long time before it. Yeah. I'm graduated as a doctor in 1977, and then my first experience in dealing with the disaster is 2 years after that, when I was chief of health center in Lombok. Lombok is the island east of Bali. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I worked in Lombok for 4 years, and there was a famine, and I must distribute food for many thousand people in that time to help them, and some of food brought by horse because we have very limited vehicles. Yeah, okay. And then I will add an information about our working group. Yeah. Our working group developed by Prof. Laksono in 2007. It was a year after a big earthquake in our city. The big earthquake 15,000 people injured and more than 7,000 people killed. Yeah, and the earthquake was happened only 2 years after tsunami. Yeah, tsunami. So after the earthquake, we work in tsunami. Yeah. I lead the medical team which landed for the first as a first team in one area in Aceh, in West Aceh, and then after that, Prof. Laksono developed a team to recover the system. It's not really medical, but not medical support, but it's managerial support. Yeah. Our program supported by World Vision, Australian World Vision. It lasts for 3 years, I think. Yeah. And when earthquake in Bantul happened, is 2 years after Aceh, Professor Laksono realized that our problem is because we don't have any knowledge of disaster management. Not disaster medicine, but the disaster management. There was no academical approach to develop that disaster management. In fact, the National Board of Disaster Management in our country developed only after Bantul earthquake, the big earthquake in Jogja. It means 3 years after tsunami in Aceh. Yeah. This is the National Board of Disaster Management. And even though our country is disaster supermarket country, there are not too much university develop program studi apa? Study program for disaster management. Now there are only 6 program of disaster management as a postgraduate program or magister program, but only 2 of them is a complete disaster management. The other is only focused in 1 or 2 aspects. Yeah. And the 2 complete disaster management program, one of them is in Gajah Mada University, and I am one of the faculty member of the Magister Management of Disaster Management, Magister Program of Disaster Management since 2 years ago. Yeah. So it means that we need more scientific approach to develop our disaster management, because we cannot just adopt the knowledge from other country, because we have much local specific problem. Yeah. But of course, the basic knowledge we must learn or study from the country which the disaster management is already established. Yeah. That's why since 2007 I joined the WADEM. WADEM is World Association of Disaster and Emergency Medicine. Yeah. And next month I will attend the World Congress of WADEM in Manchester City in UK. Yeah. That is the brief story of how the disaster management in our country, Indonesia. And about the emergency ambulance service networking in Yogyakarta, it's developed in 1996. Yeah. 2 years after the big eruption of Merapi volcano. In that time, there was 80 people died. Yeah. And we realized that in that time, I'm the chief of the emergency department, so I'm the triage officer when the 80 victims brought to this hospital. And we realized that in that time there is no pre-hospital system, because all of the victims brought to the hospital, victim attended by medical personnel. So that's why we developed the networking of ambulance services called 118 ambulance emergency, and this networking still exists. In the time, we perform at least twice a year field exercise. Like Dr. Handoyo shown, one of them is exercise in the beach. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm the chief of this networking. Okay, I think that's all I want to add. The information already presented by Dr. Pila and Dr. Handoyo. Thank you.